we need to talk. I think 3 or 4 days ago I made a poll, and by the way, thanks to everybody actively taking part of all those for all those polls. I really appreciate it, but dang, you guys disrespected what I believe is one of the best armor sets in the game. Yeah, I'm talking about the Centipede, and I know that the question was what's your favorite armor set, but I'm going to assume that people are voting mostly because it's what they consider the best armor sets, and I think people don't realize just how good the Centipede armor set is. So I'm making this video to right or wrong. Before we actually talk about builds and why I think this armor set is awesome, I think I want to address why exactly I think people are downplaying this armor set. Well, you get it in chapter 5, which means that you have one more chapter before you finish the game. And I think the main benefit you actually get from this armor set is poison resistance and most things tied to poison, which is weird because you just completed chapter 4 where most of the enemies afflicting poison are. So what's the idea behind giving me something which would have been useful one chapter ago? Well, this game is kind of built around replayability, so they want you to replay the game and have better tools when it comes to dealing with enemies on each chapter. For example, if you are going into chapter 4, now you know that you have armor sets designed around countering poison. So I think people usually don't replay games, and even if they do, well, how would I even benefit from something which only works sometime? Because it does work when you get poison. The only way to actually make the passive abilities viable is to find a way to poison ourselves. But there actually is an item in the game which can poison you. It is a soak. It's called Death Stinger. You actually have to equip it onto a drink, and whenever you try to heal yourself, you're going to also poison yourself, which is great because now I think every time you heal and get poisoned while having the armor set equipped, you get 50 to 60 more attack power, which is already huge. But you can actually build around it to make it even better. So I think this is why people actually don't know about how powerful this armor set is, because maybe they don't know about the Death Stinger and ways to poison themselves, and yeah, they'll be sleeping on the best armor, one of the 2 best armor sets in the game, because I do believe the Pilgrim armor set is overall the better option for everything. So let's talk about the Centipede armor set. Why is it so awesome? Let me show you what I think is the best build to use if you intend to fully utilize the Centipede armor set. This is the build. I'm using the whole set beside the gloves. I'm using the venomous arm guard because I believe being able to poison enemies is a must when it comes to this build. It is actually awesome, and I'm going to show you why. So yeah, I'm using the whole set except for the gloves. Now when it comes to my spirit, I'm using Guangmo. I think because he's going to moderately increase my poison damage and also poison resistance. And when it comes to poison resistance, you don't want to go beyond 100, which is the threshold. If you go beyond 100, you won't be able to get poison, which means that drinking won't trigger Death Stinger, which is bad because again, we get massively stronger whenever we are poisoned. So yeah, this is New Game Plus 7, but even in New Game Plus 7, you deal crazy damage. When it comes to my weapon, I'm using the Adept Spine Shooting Fubon Staff. Dang, what a name. Anyway, this has the highest critical chance in the whole game, and I think this build is centered around poison and also having a whole lot of critical hit chance. I'm going to see why later, but overall the attack power is decent. It's really good. 120 is huge, and also you can shoot spines whenever you are using a heavy attack, which is also great. When it comes to my fan, to my vessel, I'm using the fan because what else would I use? There is an option to use the Weaver's Needle, but honestly, I don't actually need it. So, when it comes to my accessories, my curios, I'm using the Jade Moon Rabbit and the Gold Sun Crow because I want to benefit from that damage reduction and also damage bonus, because I think I'm always going to get a one-shot anyway, but I do like having more damage overall. I'm using the Auspicious Lantern because this gives you, I think it's 30 30 more damage whenever you are using Cloud Step. And that's not all, because the effect lingers for 30 seconds to 20. I think it's 20 seconds. So whenever you trigger Cloud Step, you know, your damage bonus is going to go to 13%. So you got 10% more. And when you see your overall damage when you actually drink and poison yourself, you're going to sit at 215 right now because I have this slot empty. But 215 that you actually want to multiply by 1.13, I think. Yeah, to actually get the damage you deal, which is substantial. Again, this is not even the main event, because we need to focus on landing the heavies, poisoning the enemies. So having already, I'll say, probably 100 more attack power, almost 100 more attack power is a big deal. Actually, I love it. I wanted to use the Celestial Birthstone Fragment, but I think this is broken. I think this is not working the way it should, and they should actually try to rework it, because it is a legendary. One of the 2 legendaries in the game, and it does not work. So let me show you why I think it doesn't work. Right now, whenever I'm poisoned, I should be taking either 4 or 3 damage per second. That way, poison doesn't become a hindrance. It doesn't become a problem, something I have to always keep an eye on. So 3 or 4 per second is actually great. Look at what happens when I actually equip this item, which is supposed to ignore the enemies, not me, the enemies for being resistant. I equip it, right? I equip it. Nothing's happening for now. Let's see what happens when I reset the whole build by with the shrine. And I'll drink. I'm taking 12. Why am I taking more damage now? I don't understand what this thing is doing. It's supposed to allow me to, I think it either takes away the enemy's fall being resistance, or make you poison them or afflict them with any bane faster. But no, it doesn't do any of that. It kills me faster. Basically, this is AIDS. You don't want to use this item at all. This is not, it is useless. Absolutely useless. I'll say use anything beside that. I wouldn't recommend using Spine in the sack, because the poison damage is already alright. You don't need anything beside that. I would say maybe go for the Tiger Tatty, or maybe go for I think, yeah, this is the only right option. Maybe you try to increase your critical hit chance just a little bit, but I usually just go for the white seashell waist chain, or I go for the Tiger Tally. So this time I'm going to stick to the white seashell waist chain, and this is the build. When it comes to my my drinks, very important. My drinks, I am using the Long Bomb. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Long Bomb, and every sip is going to give me 30% maximum health, which is not much, but I don't eat 10. I get hit, I get one shot anyway, so it doesn't matter how much heal I get. But I'm also moderately increasing my critical chance, and I think if you play your cards right, you almost every single hit that you actually deal is going to be a critical hit, which is great, because every single time you actually land a critical hit, you are poisoning the enemy, which is even better. So right now I'm sitting at, let's see, 34 critical hit chance. I drink once, and now I'm sitting at 49, almost 50%. And there's actually a build that you can use, which is called the amplification pellets. You actually drink it, and boom, I'm sitting at 74, almost 75. It means that 3 out of 4 of your hits are going to be critical hits, and if you're using the weapon speed, you can tell you're going to be poisoning enemies really fast, and also building meter. You build the meter, you build the focus, you land the heavy. We are talking about some nasty damage. You see what's happening right now? We just took this already great looking armor set to a god tier level, S tier level, Monkey King tier level, something the Wukong Stance will never be able to attain, because I really believe that this is potentially, when it comes to DPS and like late game type of adventures, this is probably the best armor set you can actually have. Now the problem is, this is in theory a good build. In practice, you need to remember to heal. That's the thing. You need to remember to actually poison yourself. You need to remember to use Cloud Step to benefit from the extra attack power, and then you have to drink. You want to first trigger Cloud Step and then drink, because if you trigger, if you drink and get poisoned before you use Cloud Step, you're going to heal, and then the buff is going to go away. So again, the order is first, I would say you want to use Immobilize, you use Cloud Step to like dash away. The enemy is focused on your dummy and you actually heal, poison yourself. You use your spirit for the extra thingy. You use the fan to immobilize them in the corner, and then you go big boy damage. This is how I would do it. And personally, I've always had great results with this build, and I think if you actually get used to it, here's the thing. As opposed to the Wukong Stance, you can actually have this build ready on your very first playthrough and destroy everything in your subsequent playthroughs. You don't have to defeat Alang 3 times just to realize you have a crappy stance to use for 1 minute. No, this build is active all the time. It has your back all the time, and it looks sick, except for the glows that you can't upgrade for some reason. Please Game Science fix this. So this is the build. I'm going to show you 2 clips when it comes to me actually using it and putting side by side to the Wukong Stance, which is beloved by most people, and I don't understand why. 8%. This armor set got 8% when it is actually crazy. Tell me down below what you believe is your favorite. I know, not your favorite, the best armor set in the game, and tell me how I could improve. I could actually upgrade, make this build better, but don't ever use this item. This item, it's 8. It will get you killed. They need to fix this. Honestly, this is terrible. So I guess this is a part where we actually get to showcase 2 builds, one using the Wukong Stance and the other one using the Centipede Armor set. So right now I'm building meter, I'm building focus just to be able to enable the stance. And this is what everybody loves, where he speaks Chinese and where he gets overwhelmingly positively strong, except he's not that strong. I mean, he's strong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the Wukong Stance is just too little, too late. So I'm using the fan to actually corner him, and if everything works well, you get him in the corner, you are setting yourself up for some heavy damage by using Immobilize and bam. I think that was a critical. That was nice. I think that was some decent damage. We reach phase 2. I'm going to skip ahead. Bang. We are due for some more Wukong Stance. And bang. That was not I was expecting more, that's okay. The spirit I was using allowed me to build some focus faster, because I realized that using the Wukong Stance is very difficult if you can't even activate it, which is why I went for more focus gain as opposed to something like being able to increase my heavy attack damage. That was okay. That was good. That was good. I feel kind of bad for the boss though. I don't think he deserved it. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe he did. And I'm going to make sure not to kill the boss. And you can appreciate this fight for yourself, but not until you actually get to see the second part where we actually use the Centipede. I want to clap already because I know it's going to be a certified banger. So right off the bat, I use Cloud Step, I dash in, I use the spirit and hope for the best, I don't get hit, and boom, immobilize. This is where we actually get to poison the boss and build up some meter, land it, close the gap, and this is where we use a tornado. You can already see that it's going way faster, the fight is going way faster because he's getting poisoned and he's getting thrown around, like he doesn't have time to breathe. I'm building meter, I'm poisoning him, and good lord, I'm using Cloud Step and boom. Is this phase 2 already? Oh, good lord. 8%. These armor set got 8%. I can't believe this, man. I can't. I just can't. This is already phase 2, right? He's done praying, and I don't know why you can't lock onto those enemies. It's very weird. He's down. Boom. Another immobilize. Use the snakes. Build some meter. I think I need the 4 focus points, and boom. Oh my god. Did you see that? Did you actually see that? And now the tornado is back. Oh my god, I feel bad for this boss. I do. I really do feel. Dang! Did you see the damage? In NG+7, mind you, this is NG+7. You're telling me this deserves 8%. I absolutely had to make this video because, again, like I said, this armor set got disrespected. Even though I do understand why some people may not be aware of how strong it can become, I still feel like I had to say something, I had to do something. Let me know down below in the comments what you think is the best armor set in the game after watching this video. If I see anyone type the Wukong Stance, I mean, I'm going to honestly ban you. I will ban you. But more seriously, I want to know what you think about this build and how I can make it better. And also thank you guys for the 18,000 subs. I really appreciate it, and I guess we're moving. I really appreciate it. Love you guys and have a good day. Peace. And I think I was also using here the Pilgrim armor set. Do you see that cyst? That's I don't know what to say. I guess this is a video for another day. Again, I appreciate the support and have a good day. Bye.